Hey guys, Fusebox. Briefly before the video, I just want to ask you guys to take the time to sign in, sub, hit the like button if you like it. You don't have to. The notification bell, that's for you. But I support so many other content creators because this community needs everybody that working together, everybody's different ideas, um, all the amazing utility and tools we get from some of the content creators. It costs nothing. It just takes a moment of your time, and it means so much to me and all of them. I am quite sure. So help me by helping support me and help me support the other ones, all the content creators in this game, and let's try to make the game a better place. And I get nothing out of this. I'm making zero, guys, zero return, and I'm investing a lot of time and money. So I'm begging you, and I'm gonna let you go. Sorry, I have to do it once in a while. I have to beg because sometimes it's hard to get people to just click one little button. So anyways, thank you if you do it, and enjoy the video. What's up, guys? Fusebox here, and we have a lot to cover. I want to make a video, kind of a comprehensive video on gear, selling it, how to roll it up, when to roll it up, what to equip. But I don't want it to take forever, and I also want to go over this new little video that shows some amazing stats in the game. So I have nothing to hide. I'm an average player like everybody else. I did share it. You get a free Void Shard. Totally worth doing. But let's go ahead and see a little about Fusebox, huh? I'm gonna blow this up. About right. My chicken. That's my chicken. 30,000 almost. It's a lot of heroes. I guess I have no idea. Is that a lot? I don't know. Spider. Make that silver. Gotta make that silver. %. I need to put that team back in, right? Come on. 100% gold. We gotta look at that. So, I think this is a cool thing. It makes you feel good. Shows off what you have done, what you have accomplished. Everybody's done something. Now, what really intrigues me about this is how easy it must be to pull up those statistics. And I really, really wish there was a way to kind of look at those type of statistics under your profile somewhere. We've got some generic stuff here, but it would be nice to know, where you stand on speed runs. Maybe once you're in the game, that's the kind of thing you might actually want to work on, trying to improve on speed runs, or there's a lot you could be doing, and it would be nice to see where you stand, and knowing that those stats are standing at the ready. Super cool idea. A little video to kind of get you pumped up about what you have done, what you can still do, but I kind of feel like we should have those stats available. I play another game, Empires and Puzzles, because I love the people that I play it with. Other than that, RNG rules that game, so it makes it a little bit, it's just not as tasty of a game, but the people are amazing. The League of Extraordinary Nerds, if any of you watch this, they are the most extraordinary of nerds, I promise you. And they're the reason I play that game. But all these amazing stats are just right under your profile in that game. Surely Plarium could put that up for us on Raid as well. But that being said, let's real quick. And the reason I want to touch on gear is because It is. It's the gear is the game. Gear is the grind. This is how you make. You'll see a content creator will tell you, well, let's go to some rares. They'll show you how amazingly strong Kale can be. Maybe Aethel, she actually is a pretty decent champ. They'll try to tell you how amazing these rares are. Things like Fellhound, perfect example. He is my 5-second speed farmer. He is great at it. But you have got to have stats. He is stat hungry, and it's not going to happen without the right gear. So basically, you can have a ton of amazing champions, just a ton of wonderful champions, but they're no good without good gear. So how do we weed out the bad gear? How do we find the good gear? Every day, every single day, click gloves, chest, boots, hit under primary stats, hit HP, attack, defense, sell it. If it's in here, sell it. It's no good, get rid of it. Yes, there's an exception under speed gear. If it has speed substats, you could try to roll it, and it might be useful for your speed lead in arena, even if it has a bad flat stat. But in the end, you're still going to want to replace that piece of gear with a useful piece of gear that has HP percentage. You want percentages on your chest, your boots, and your gloves. You're going to, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have speed boots. Arbiter could be an exception, so we'll get off of her. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to have speed boots on your hero. You're going to have your main important stat percentage on your chest, and you're going to have crit damage gloves or crit rate gloves if you can't get to 100 or close to 100% without it. In game, you're really looking for crit damage gloves and crit rate under the substats. So you're finding speed, crit rate, and crit damage under all of these substats, and you're looking for main stats of speed, your main percentage rate of, if you're a defense champion, defense. If you're HP percentage. Attack percentage. And again, if you're early game on an attack champion, it is okay to put an HP percentage chest instead of attack while you're early game. Just look for attack percentage rolls underneath it. So now, even though we've done that, we still have 1,000 pieces of gear. How do you weed these out? The best thing to do, keep this as quick and simple as possible, is pretend you're building a hero. All right? Let's say we have a defensive hero that does hit hard, somebody like Iron Brago. Click on your chest, click defense percentage, go to substats, look for crit rate, maybe crit rate and speed. I've already rolled them up, I'm sure, but if you have, you can click any of your favorite stats and then look at this. All right, here's a defense percentage chest. It has accuracy and speed. Roll it up to 8. It's so cheap to do. Just roll it up to 8. You might want to do this during your artifact enhancement event, but still, roll this thing up to 8. It's dirt cheap. Look, it hit my least favorite stat. It does that again, it's out of here. If it hits speed, I may keep it. Now, keep in mind, I picked a resistance chest, so the resistance may, on a resistance set, this may be useful one day. Anything else, that would be sold. You'll see I have a lot of rolled up gear. This is a defensive chest, and any defensive character with an AoE that could use a stun set already has this piece rolled up to 12. It has 2 rolls on speed. It's a great piece. This right here, a defensive chest. It did not roll that good, to be honest. I probably will sell that. I've already tried to get some speed on it. It's a blue piece. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. That is not going to happen. So, and that's why you test the waters. You try to go for it. This is a defensive chest with crit damage and speed. Roll it up to 12. And why am I doing this? I roll it up to 8. You don't have to go to 12. You go to 12 if it's rolling good. If it hits speed once, twice, maybe speed and crit damage, any good combination, then you might go ahead and roll it right on up to 12 and see what you get. So I'm going to stop this at 8. But basically, what you're going to end up, all right, this is probably, is it a 6-star? It's not even a 6-star. It just lost value for me. It really did. Because it's stalwart, it might be useful on clan boss, and it does have speed and resistance, But basically, do I want a defense chest with attack percentage? Somebody like Felhound might actually want this piece of gear, but I'd want to see how it rolls. And if you look at one and you're like, all right, so I clicked speed, so I'm gonna want to roll anything with speed. Let's say that I'm defensive, but I want HP percentage. If I go through, legendaries are gonna have a lot of good stuff. Look at this. It has an HP percentage, but it then has flat stat attack, flat stat HP. It's a pretty horrible piece of gear. Unless I want a defensive chest in an attack set with HP, this is pretty much garbage. So we're gonna sell that. Even if I hit HP all 3 times, it would be just garbage. And so I look at sets and I think, all right, on a shield set, you typically want HP percentage. But if I did want to put a shield set on a defense, you're going to put them on HP champions typically. But if I hit HP and crit rate a couple of times, I can make a defensive hero in a shield set that does pretty good. So you test the waters, roll it up to 8. I won't do much more of this. The basic idea is if you don't have 2 or 3 good stats and you don't hit those stats when you're rolling it up, sell that gear. You're just going to eventually not want it. I will be right back as soon as I hit 8. So I'm sure you heard my dog losing their mind, but I think I got that taken care of. And what you're going to do is decide what's worth rolling, what's not under defense. And then you might come in and start looking, all right, look under your speed boots. Look under crit rate or crit damage gloves. One thing that I love in this game is a crit damage glove with a substat of crit rate. These are amazing. There's a 6-star that gives me, so if you hit crit rate and speed a couple times, even accuracy, this is just going to be an amazing piece no matter how it lands. The reason I like these is because when you put crit damage gloves on, you have to get your crit rate under pretty much nothing but substats. So if it has speed and crit rate as a substat, you're getting everything you need plus that huge amount of crit damage. So I mean, honestly, even if I only get 7% crit rate, this is still an amazing pair of gloves. Speed on it. It's in a stun set. So start rolling up to 8 or 12. We're not going to sit through going to 12. I'm not on blue stacks. I can't speed it up. And decide, like on blues, you'll start seeing the only way this is good is if I hit crit rate twice. It's in a set that I do not use that much. It's probably worth rolling to 8 and selling it immediately if I don't hit crit rate. If I hit 2 defense, I know I'm going to sell it. It's not looking good. Not looking good. If it can get me in the double digits on crit rate, I might keep it because it is hard to find crit damage gloves with crit rate. And then hopefully it won't take much longer. So I'll hold on to it. I'll compare it to other pieces. And then you'll go through and you'll say, all right, well, my attack champions. Let's go to primary of attack, looking for speed and crit rate. You can narrow that down for crit rate. Reflex. If it hits crit rate, this is a pretty good set and a pretty good piece, even though it's blue. It's a 6-star. It's going to be a ton of attack percentage. If I hit crit rate twice, it would be absolutely amazing. Once already gives me 14% crit. So think about how hard it is to get 100% crit without crit rate gloves, which is what you're going to want to do as an end game player or even mid game into end game. So 14% on one piece is great. You're looking for that's why you'll value these purples even more, legendaries even more, because you can hit that crit rate 3 or 4 times on one piece, making it so much easier to gear. So if it's not worth rolling while you're imagining building a hero, sell it. If it is worth rolling, roll it up to 8, test the waters, and then when you do go and finally level equip a hero. So let me see. What do we have? He is a support champ. If I were going to do him, he's attack based. I don't think attack is what I'm going for though. I'm probably going for speed and accuracy, right? Speed and accuracy. Now, but if you're getting close to end game, you kind of want to keep in mind it's still worth trying to put maybe crit rate gloves. Don't like fight for damage, but put crit rate gloves with really good speed rolls underneath it, and get the damage you can out of a support hero, even though they're not going to be amazing. More damage is more damage, and he's going to be an amazing utility hero. So there's just things to keep in mind when you're looking for gear. He's probably going to want an HP chest to stay alive. He's a support hero, probably in either an accuracy type set or a speed set. I need him moving fast, getting through his skills. Who else do we have around? I haven't built. Mountain King. I'm waiting to build, and I'm going to build heavy on Mountain King. He's absolutely amazing. So the set, I'm not going to get to just pick a set. I'm going to have to choose the best gear. Hopefully in a set that does make sense, and it's going to have tons and tons of HP. It's going to have some attack percentage rolls mixed in with HP percentage. It's going to have 100% crit. It's going to be a tough build. He's going to want a little bit of everything. I do get to ignore accuracy, which does help. I just wanted to real quick touch on the gear you need to sell, the gear you should be keeping, the gear you should be rolling up before you ever equip it. Also, real quick, in the Forge, if you're anywhere from beginning to mid-game, and it definitely still applies at end-game, Perception. This is the gear to build. You're not going to use very much of any of this. Swift Parry is great in Arena. It's kind of clutch sometimes in PvE, but I'm telling you, Perception. You get speed and accuracy. You're going to want to make almost exclusively Perception, in my opinion. Again, Swift Parry is super cool for getting into Arena, though. And the Fatal set is another good set if you're able to run Doom Tower. Which, by the way, I hope to get to this new Doom Tower. Did it reset already? It did not. It did not reset yet. So I guess in 12 hours. The new bosses are coming. I'm excited. I'm going to definitely give you my guide on the new bosses, how to handle them, and I treat it as if you're in normal. And everything, so I'm hoping to help you beat normal. This is where you start getting real. I think the rewards are well worth it. The heroes are actually going to be better for progression. You get helmet, Archmage helmet, and then the next hero, I don't even remember who it is. But I promise you, I go into hard, and I make sure that the same things apply to these bosses. I'm beating these bosses in good times with the same teams I'm explaining to you on my guides. So we have 2 new bosses coming. I can't wait to get into them. We're going to try to cut this short. Did you find anything out? Let me know in your little raid recap video. I think it's a cool idea. I wish we had access to these stats at all times. It would just be something to look at, to go for, and set goals. But what did you guys, leave me some comments. What did you guys find out about yourself, about your game? Like me, that Arena defense that had a 100% win rate, I used that for a while. I may have to go back to that or something very much like it for my defense. So I definitely learned that, and I was surprised how far up I was percentage-wise on collecting heroes, basically. But I have been lucky. I do not get dupes hardly ever. I've not gotten any dupes in legendaries on 3 accounts in total. So I have been lucky. I guess that's probably why it looks so good. I haven't even watched my other ones. But get your free shard. Put that thing on Facebook, or throw it out there in Twitter, wherever it allows you to put it. Share that video. Get your free loot. Let me know what you learned about yourself. And please, guys, I'm working hard. I work 60 hours a week. I come home. I put a lot of time, a lot of money and investment for zero return. I'm making nothing off of this. I do ask for you to just sign into YouTube and click the sub button, click the like button, give me some free support. It doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't take you 1 second, and it means the world to me. One day, maybe we could do a lot more on this channel. So I'd appreciate it. Until next time, enjoy the grind.